saying for some time, because people very close to Donald Trump had been saying a couple of years ago they did not think he would seek a second term. He wasn't enjoying the job. It was too ugly. Now, not only is he going to seek a second term to avoid a jail term, possibly, if you listen to the testimony yesterday, he's going to once again do a win-at-all-cost campaign. It may even get uglier in 2020 than it did in 2016, because Donald Trump's freedom may be on the line. Think about that. We've got a guy that is running for re-election, so he won't get indicted and be sent to jail.
That was Joe back in 2019, laying out why Donald Trump might run for re-election to shield himself from prosecution. It still applies today, now that the former president is facing federal charges. NBC News can confirm former President Donald Trump has been indicted by a grand jury in Florida in connection with special counsel Jack Smith's investigation into his handling of more than 100 classified documents discovered last year at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. Two sources familiar with the matter confirmed the indictment, one adding that Trump received a summons to appear in U.S. District Court on Tuesday. This is the first time in American history a former U.S. president will face federal charges. The sources say Trump has been indicted on 7 charges, with one source noting that does not necessarily mean 7 counts, because multiple counts can be associated with each charge. Willie.
And a spokesperson for the special counsel declined to comment so far. A separate source did say the indictment is under seal, which is why the government cannot yet comment, which makes sense. Sources do tell NBC News the charges include violation of the Espionage Act, conspiracy to obstruct, and making false statements. Former President Trump now expected to surrender to authorities and to appear in U.S. District Court in Miami on Tuesday at 3 p.m. A U.S. Secret Service official tells NBC News Secret Service personnel will meet with Trump's team today to begin security and logistics planning for his movements to appear in federal court. This is Trump's second indictment in the last 2 months, as he also faces state charges in New York, where he has pleaded not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records in a hush money case involving adult film actress Stormy Daniels. So, Joe, to go back to your comments from 2019 that we played coming in to this segment, if Donald Trump thought running for president back in 2020 or running for president now in 2024 campaign was going to shield him and protect him from indictments, he was getting some bad advice. He was sorely wrong, as the special counsel now is bringing down these charges, very serious charges, by the way, taking classified documents, the Espionage Act, obstructing justice. Those come with jail time if you're convicted. And as we've been saying this morning, there is much more to come still. This is just one piece of the special counsel's investigation. There's the case in Georgia as well. So this is going to get very complicated for the former president in the next year and a half.
I must say, you listened to what I said in 2019, and I guess I would have thought it was prescient, except for the fact that I was so distracted by the images. I mean, the lighting. We must have had somebody get a parking lot light
my hair
and
color.
put it over Mika's hair, like
no, it's my hair color reflecting on you. It gave you a tan.
Speaking of hair, I didn't realize in 2019 it was against the law for me to get a haircut. So, but
don't think you were wearing shoes either. But
yeah, exactly.
That's every day.
It is every day. But also, though, how interesting in 2019, what he was talking about, obviously, the Mueller investigation showed that he may have committed crimes, may have obstructed justice 10 different times. But, of course, Mueller said he can't be charged because he's president of the United States. It's a get-out-of-jail-free card, and that's what Donald Trump saw it as all along, a get-out-of-jail-free card. He still had... one of his associates, one of his lawyers, got sent to jail for the scheme he concocted to pay off a porn star a couple of days before an election. So his lawyer got sent to jail. Why didn't he? Because he was president of the United States. We said this in 2019. We also said this at the beginning of 2022. So there was no doubt he was going to run for president because he saw that as a get-out-of-jail-free card, 1. And 2, he also understood that if he was running for president, the second he got these indictments dropped on him that he knew were coming, he knew they were coming, well, he could just say it was a witch hunt. This is all, I mean, go back and look at the tape. We weren't the only ones saying this. Everybody was saying it. And it's all so very obvious. That's why stupid people getting on TV thinking that they're going to convince stupid people that this is a witch hunt and they're only doing it because Donald Trump's running for president. They obviously have short-term memory loss, and they don't have videotape. I mean, they can't go back and see what everybody was saying even a year ago. Anyway.